Hello, friends. This is Chandrakant from Akulmac Technologies. Welcome to Top Brass. And today is Janmashtami. So I wanted to wish all Indians and global Indians a very happy Janmashtami. And with this small wish, let me also invite my friend from UK, Mr. Neville Goon.
Good morning, CK. Good morning, everybody, and happy birthday. It's a long history, as they say, but definitely worth a celebration today.
It is. It is Lord Krishna's birthday. So there are a lot of celebrations. So, Indians are celebrating, but today is Sorty Wednesday. So we should move on and we should talk about Sorty Wednesday.
Another and how's your awareness going today? Do you notice anything?
Absolutely. You're back in your flamingo shirt.
Well, it's Sotty Wednesday, so I thought we would reinforce our message to people out there. You need to stand out, and more importantly, being Sotty Wednesday, you need to be consistent. So, hence the flamingo shirt. This flamingo shirt has had more of an airing because of Sotty Wednesday than any other time this shirt has had. Normally, I use it when I go on holiday. I'm sitting around the pool or on the beach. So now you can see, at least I'm consistent in that arena, but I'm consistent with Sotty Wednesday. So stick out. Here's the message, first message for the day. Make sure you're sticking out from the crowd.
Absolutely. And I think that's a very important tip that you're giving to our contestants, Neville. Basically, being constant and consistent is important. Many people, many smart people, or people who are already running their channel, they give number to their videos, and their videos are very well researched. So that's why they're able to give numbers. So they will have episode 1, 2, 3, 500, and so on. So any viewer who are watching their videos, they know exactly that just like a book, which video to watch for what information, and you can stack them all in playlists. And the second thing is, if you are maintaining variety on your channel, you can have multiple playlists. It cannot be a hodgepodge of jumping from one subject to other. It could be very, very counterproductive for your channel if you don't maintain them in a proper sequence.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you mentioned one word in there that we do skip over a lot, actually. This little word called research. Research your topic, because if you don't really understand your topic, how are you going to express yourself in front of that camera? So the more research you do, the interesting thing is, the less you know, because there's always more research and all of a sudden you find something over here that's really interesting. The point is, you can overplay this and you can forever be in research. But the thing is, get the headlines and then just slightly go underneath the surface, because that's all you need to do in what we're doing here. We're not asking you to be a subject expert on, traveling to Mars or how do you do a moon landing. We don't expect you to be that industry expert with a PhD and a second PhD in astrophysics or whatever. We just need you to be entertaining and engaging. And that's all we're looking for here. Just a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of insight, but engage us. Because if you don't engage us, actually, we'll just switch off. Do you know, actually, there's lots of research, CK, out there of how quickly people turn off when they see a video, or they turn off when they see a bit of information that isn't quite what they were thinking it was going to be. How quick do you think that is?
Well, I know of this research, and it is about maximum 15 seconds.
Absolute maximum 15 seconds, and it's like, and we don't really need to know the research, because just imagine you walk into a room of people you don't know. That's what these people are doing. They're walking into an online platform that they've maybe stumbled across. You might have sent them there. Your friend may have sent them there. And all of a sudden, they're making a very quick judgment call. We are so fast. to make a judgment on things that are there. That's why a smile at the beginning is engaging, it brings people in, and it gets these little grey cells moving in the right direction. What you want is a little kick of adrenaline. Oh, I'm interested. Wonder what this person's going to say. You need to get them curious. And easily you can lose them because in the first 5, 10, 15 seconds, you just drift off and you don't say something that could be engaging. One of the things I've seen quite regularly, mostly because of this pandemic, and a lot of people are going digitally. I hear a lot, someone says, there are 3 things that you really need to know. And you think, oh yeah, they're going to tell me 3 things that are important. So immediately they're very engaging. Number 1, and they'll give you number 1. You think, oh yeah, that's quite good. And B, and you think, B, where's number 2? Because they mentioned number 1, they've now brought B in. Well, what's B? Because they've forgotten they've said number 1 and they may have said A. Now, if they'd have said A, then B would have been a logical following. But they said 1. And that's the whole point. We immediately position people to be thinking ahead for us because you've told them, I'm going to give you 3 things. Number 1, B. And immediately you switch off, and because you haven't switched off. Your head's going somewhere else, and you've actually missed number 2. And you think, oh well, forget it, off, and you've lost the audience, despite the fact you did everything up front and you captured them immediately. Take a look on the web. Take a look on YouTube. You'll be quite surprised how many people do it. And the other thing is, just one other thing is, when they set their YouTube going, and we do it sometimes, when you set that record button going, they're looking down like this. So the first second, maybe 2 seconds, all you see is my bald head. Well, that's not very entertaining, is it? It's not exciting. It's not engaging. So look into the camera. How many times have we said this? Simple stuff. Look into the camera. Smile. Draw people into your wonderful, happy face. Then you've created that bridge. Does that make sense?
In fact, I would like to add something to this when we're talking about this subject. Many videos, there'll be a lot of music playing for like 1 minute. When people don't have patience when they visit your channel, they don't want to hear some music which you have copied from somewhere, and then there'll be, So these are some very bad habits, and I think you should get rid of all this. Straight, come to the point. Bring value early on in your video. Make sure that your video is made on a plan, so you have a script in front of you. Like Neville is saying, that you start with numbering with 1, 2, 3, but then in between you forgot about it, and then you change it to ABC. That leaves a very bad impression. It says that your script is not there, or maybe you're thinking out of the hat. Maybe whatever you're saying is not true. Maybe people don't have trust on you. So I think there are a lot of repercussions. So make sure that when you make the video, you have a script. And when you make a script, obviously it will be researched. And as Neville was saying, the amount of research you do is never sufficient. But make sure that you have enough research for that duration of the video. So plan, if it is a 10 minutes video, make a research which works for 10 minutes. It's just like when you prepare for a trigonometry exam. So make sure that you prepare for trigonometry, don't prepare for calculus. So it's like that.
That's very true. I'm sure. Well, I can remember one occasion I did turn up for one exam thinking it was something else. Fortunately, I was well prepared anyway because it had switched. I thought it was one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and they were different exams. They were different exams, but I'd switched them. But fortunately, there was only going to be lunch in the middle. So, but yes, you mentioned one thing, that little word that comes up, maybe. You see, people really do start to fill in the gaps. They use their imagination. Because although the majority of people are not in this can-do attitude, they may be have a can-do attitude when they're looking at your video. And if they are, they're thinking, they're listening, they're being entertained, they're being engaged. They want you to entertain them and engage them. So they're almost willing you on. So don't lose them. Don't let them use their imagination to go somewhere else when you're giving them 90 seconds of absolute poetry. I mean, that's really what it should be. And remember, going back to the first examples we gave you 5-6 weeks ago now, split the 90 seconds down into little bite-sized chunks and get that flow moving. Because if you get the flow right, guess what? You're a storyteller. And that's what this is all about. It's about telling a short story, little engagement, bit of entertainment, maybe a little bit of education if that person had never heard this before. What you want to do is leave them hanging, leave them unfulfilled, leave them wanting more. Every good actor on the stage leaves them wanting more, and they give their applause at the end of the performance because they say, yes, we want more. On the next, what do they say? What do they say at the end of it? Encore. They want more. Okay, you've got 90 seconds. Get them into that encore mode.
Absolutely.
Once you start doing it, it's easy.
It is. In fact, you have summarized beautifully, and I think one of the word that you mentioned is applause. So in this arena of video making, the applause is subscribers. So what you get is applause, and you increase your network. So thank you very much, Naval, for giving this very, very important tip today to the contestants of SOTI Awards. We'll catch up again tomorrow on some other subject.
Have a good one. Happy birthday. See you tomorrow, CK.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.